For everybody that saw me flub the outro, don't worry, I managed to throw every single game I played with cookies in the interim, so you really didn't miss much. But thank you for hanging out, and thank you for folks who were just tuning in for the final match of the night. Alligator Source here with LOS Champs Season 2 for some Thursday Night Rocket League. Seen a couple of matches so far. One in a sweep, one goes to 4. Will the third one be the one that goes the distance? We're going to find out in this Tier 6 League play matchup between Ronin and Nebulax Purple. So another 2v2 match. Be curious to see how this plays out, because there's always the intricacies, the differences, what happens with 2s, what happens with 3s. It's a little bit of a repetitive topic if you've listened to enough streams, but it's always worth mentioning, because players who like to be more confident, like to be more aggressive, it is a double-edged sword when you go into 2s, because you could be over pursuing, but that also means you could be taking advantages of situations and not playing back patiently, waiting for it. So we'll see how it goes and how these teams tend to fare. And when you get into these types of matches, it really does tend to come down to consistency. And if both teams are playing consistently, who can get the team plays going? A lot of folks say that 2v2 tends to be successive 1v1s with just a backup with a goalie. That I heartily disagree with. If you get the team plays going, you get the midfield passes, you start finding ways to win, you start finding ways to get past that defense, that's what leads you to victories in 2s. And it's all stuff that comes with time. Again, we are going to be with a Tier 6 matchup here tonight, so a little bit lower in the rank, but players who have absolutely been dedicating time to the game, to getting better. You don't join a league, you don't join LOS Champs by just being casual. You like starting to put a little bit extra into it, and I love it. I'm very happy to be here, have cookies in my ear, poking fun at me because I flubbed stuff earlier, but that's totally fair. So, this matchup, I think it's going to be pretty good. So, on the side of Ronin, we got Phoenix, Masaso, and Abandon All Ships. So, maybe a little not the most optimistic with the third player, but you know, it could just be telling other people to abandon the ships. Nebulax Purple, we got Zachi, Cape Vape, and Demon Yasha, the two captains for the teams. Phoenix over on, or the coach, Phoenix for Ronin, Zachi for Nebulax Purple. So, folks coming on in, checking it out, getting ready for the match. We have sent the information out to the players, out to everybody, so they can hop on in and get this best of 5 rolling. So Zachi coming in with the follow. Thanks for the follow, Demon Yasha as well. A couple of players that we're going to be seeing here in just a few moments. Both of them repping Nebulax Purple. So I will admit, I'm a little biased. My team that I used to play is Purple. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how everything is shaking. We're just going to do a double check to see how things are going. But we'll see if everything is going, just making sure that the broadcast and stuff is going, make sure that communication all clear in terms of potential start time for the match. So hopefully everything is good. Sometimes communication crosses wires. It happens. That's also one of the things with being within an online league, does happen from time to time. So we're just getting that communication locked down. Cookies doing the work in the background, getting everything checked out. So getting communication going with everything going, but looks like I think we should generally be okay. There was, for full transparency, there was some brief conversations about potentially pushing the time back, but the players that did request it are in the lobby, so ostensibly we'd be good to go, depending on how communication goes on the other way. So we'll get that stuff kind of figured out. Until then, we can hang out, we can vamp a little bit. Not gonna say I'm always the best at it, but the last time I was in charge of a solo stream, I, flubbed the ending, not to keep harping on it, but I thought it was really funny. I clipped it immediately. So, but no, folks, hope everything is going well for you on this Thursday. It's been a good night of Rocket League here at LOS Champs. If you're interested in joining the league, Season 2 is currently ongoing, but pretty certain that Season 3 and such are going to be going on in the future. Discord. It's already Discord is the most recent chat. If you want to hop on in there, get in on the action, follow the socials, and get involved with LOS Champs. Can personally vouch and not only cast for the league, but I also play in it, subbing for my team because I'm washed. It's why I'm a caster now. But it's definitely a good time. I can heavily vouch for LOS champs. Not just because they have me on the channel here. I volunteer my time to be here with these guys. It's a good group, a good organization to be part of. So check the links there. Pop it up in the chat now. Follow on Twitter. Follow in Discord to get signed up on the site. Again, highly recommend it. So again, just going through, double checking that everything is going to work out. We do have the Nebula players in a lobby, just making sure stuff is good with the Ronin folks. Make sure that wires didn't get too terribly crossed, but we'll get that going here hopefully in just a second as Farmstead is waiting. Cookies is actively talking to me right now. You guys cannot hear him. And I'm gonna throw him out there because of that. But yeah, no, it should be pretty good as this match goes. Just typing in and all that kind of stuff at the same time is what it is. I gotta get in on this as well. But so looking to get that answer, and we do have one of the captains that we're waiting for is online. Always a good sign when you can find people on Discord being online. So they're currently at a match, so they're playing doubles, so I imagine it's a warm-up, and hopefully we'll be able to get them in at the start of the match in just a couple of moments. So if you are looking for the me flubbing it, and again, I'm beating the dead horse, but Cookies is laughing as he's about getting ready to post it, so we'll see how that goes. He just did it, and I'm waiting for Twitter to refresh on my end. But in the meantime, folks, how's everybody's Thursday going? How's summer going for folks? I know it's a good time. It's a little bit of a slowdown in a lot of ways. There's vacations going on. There's a lot of esports tends to slow down a little bit. You know, a lot of the different indie scenes are going on. We got Worlds coming on for RLCS, but we do have a couple of other folks popping into the chat as well. But hope Thursday has been going well for you guys. Going well for me. It's pouring rain outside, so I'm hiding in my basement and avoiding it. Went from stupidly hot out here. I live in Colorado, and it went from like mid 90s to mid 80s and pouring rain. So big whoop. But either way, it is what it is. Hope everybody's staying hydrated out there, staying cool when you can. I know some folks have to, depending on work or situations, get out into the heat. Make sure you're grabbing the shade, getting some water in you as it goes. It's just how summer goes. Unfortunately, you just got to take those measures to stay hydrated. And I know a bunch of folks were hitting the hydrate earlier, so I ended up pouring water on myself trying to keep up with all the hooligans. So we are looking to try to get folks in as we're again looking to get this match started. We do have Kate Vape coming in again with the follow. So all three players are Nebulax purple, or Nebula X, not Nebulax. That makes sense. Everything's on all caps on my script. Nebula X. All right. So they are all the players in the stream, at least, looking forward to getting the match going. So just looking to make sure we can get Ronin in as well. We'll get the 2v2 matchup. So while we are working on it in the background, we are going to go to a very short break while we look to get the all of the wires untangled into this wireless esport. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the start of our final match of the night. Don't go anywhere. This won't take long. Thank you, everybody, for the patience. We do have the players hopping on into the lobby, just making sure everything is good. So Phoenix has joined. We do need to get the second one, and I am blatantly calling out Cookies because he gave them the go ahead, and they don't have both players in. So we're looking to get both of them in, but should be going here in just a second once we get the second player here coming in for Ronin. So thank you, everybody in the chat who has been supporting. A huge shout out to Divinyasha for the subs and the gift subs, heading it out, giving it out over to the teammates as well. Big shout out for supporting LOS champs. A lot of work goes into making these broadcasts happen, and it's a good time to be able to see that kind of support coming in through the chat as well and from the players. So it's a good time. So looking to try to get in. We did just have one of the players leave the lobby, so we're gonna make sure everything is good. They are coming back in. They did get the players in, so we do have everyone. We should be good to go. So Thank you, everybody, for your patience. The players are ready to hop into the lobby for the final best of 5 of the night. Ronin versus Nebulax. Purple, not Nebulax. You only say that if you're wrong, and I was wrong earlier. So, game 1 about to begin. Phoenix and abandon all ships coming in for Ronin, and Demon Yasha and Zachi are going to be playing as well. So, early on, looking to get a push, looking to get some offense coming in for Ronin, but able to keep it away. So everything should be go again. Thank you, everybody, for the patience. The series has begun. Ronin and Nebulax, purple, trying to become the victor in our final matchup of the night. Through 30 seconds, still 0-0. They're looking to get this going as the match, again, underway. So, as mentioned a little bit in the pre-show, things that we're going to be looking for, besides the speed, besides the mechanics, looking for the passing plays and team plays, and we're going to see one right there. Essentially, Phoenix getting the challenge onto Demon Yasha and abandon all ships following up, and able to get that shot on target. So just a bit of a set play to get their teammate going. They're going to get Ronin on the board first. Going to look to do more than just get one goal. They are pushing it, but Zachi, very quick push onto abandon all ships. Try to keep Ronin pinned back in their half. Try not to let them get too comfortable with the ball and with some offense. Phoenix looking to take it right down on offense anyways. Zachi, good pinch there. So we might be able to see something moving here for Nebulax, lying in wait, abandon all ships, trying to get it past Zachi. It will deflect over to the corner. Demon Yasha sucking up all the boost on the way up, but abandon all ships may have just gotten it over. Zachi on target, but Demon Yasha, he grabbed the boost, he put it to good use. He kept this at a 1-goal game, got demoed, but all that boost he burned, he's gonna get a third of a tank back on the respawn. We'll see Ronin send both players up along the side to try to get that offensive push going again. Looking a lot more comfortable up in that purple half of the field. Be interesting to see if Nebulax purple are able to get some of that possession and get it back over into the Ronin zone. If it is going to start throwing wrenches into what Ronin are doing, but they are continuing to push, still up on offense, and able to get it past the defender. Demon Yasha working their way across the net. Phoenix able to find the gap between the car and post, able to find a second goal for the Ronin. Up the kickoff, it may end up working fortuitously as well. Zachi on the pre-flip couldn't quite get back in time, so Phoenix will see the cricket, or hear the crickets chirp again. Zachi trying to get back, could not quite get there. The kickoff careening around in favor of Ronin. Still only less than half of the first game down, but a strong start for the Samurai Warriors. Demon Yasha gonna try to get something going here for Nebulax as Zachi waiting for the respawn, waiting for the car to be reconfigured. Zachi might be able to do something with a new set of wheels, but the touchdown does not find the ground he was looking for. They do stay scoreless for now. An outlet passing play. Abandon all ships is going to put it close. Phoenix will score. Very nearly saved on the defensive push there from Zachi as he was bouncing back, but does ultimately go in courtesy of Phoenix. Now a fourth goal for Ronin. They're coming out strong, but again, game 1 of a best of 5. A very strong showing for Ronin. They have not been tested too much on defense yet. The offense looking good. Nebulax just need to tighten it up a little bit as they're working their way out of their half. They're looking for the passes. They're looking to get it to each other. The rotations are just a little bit wide. Need a little bit more zip on the passes. Ronin are pouncing on everything in the midfield. Ronin back onto defense now. Demon Yasha bumped by Phoenix. Zachi still with possession afterwards. Ultimately, the intended goal. So he's trying to get the wall pass back to Demon Yasha. Back into defense. Phoenix continuing to play out of the corner. Time ticking away in favor of Ronin. They're passing it around, playing a little bit of keep away here. Phoenix is going to have a bit of an awkward one. Abandoned All Ships will not be able to get back in time. Demon Yasha from full length of the pitch is going to get the first one on for Nebulax. They'll get a little bit of wind in their sails as they find themselves on the board. .75 seconds left. Will there be enough in game one, enough momentum, or will they try to use that spark to ignite something more in game two? They'll have to score quickly to get through that 3-goal deficit. They are getting the ball up on offense more. Abandoned All Ships parked back in net, playing a little bit more of a static goalie, but it may have worked out. Gets it out to Phoenix. This is going to be close. Zachi full sprint back, cannot make contact with it. Abandoned All Ships is going to pick up their second goal and the 5th for the Ronin. Basically the pull the goalie moment for Nebulax. Does not work out in the moment, so 5-1. The first 4 goals by Ronin definitely coming off of the edge of aggression, coming in with some quick challenges, some tight plays. The last one, a counter-attack. But again, goes to my point earlier. I think that is the difference that we've been seeing so far. Just that little bit quicker, the little bit tighter on the passes. Nebulax have the right idea with what they're going with. It's just holding on to that possession a little bit longer and finding ways to make it happen, and just keep pushing here. They get another one on from Zachi, collecting the pass from Demon Yasha. You get a second goal with 15 seconds left, and honestly, at this point, full send to see what you can make happen. We're keeping track of game differential, not goals, so really no harm done. So you never know what can happen with a couple seconds on the clock. Does head into the Ronin half, but will take a little bit too much time off the clock. So game one, going the way of Ronin. Some bumps coming along. Zachi is going to sneak it past, keeping it a little questionable. 2-goal difference of 5 seconds. You only need 4 to get 2 goals. We'll see if something interesting is going to happen here at the end of game number 1. With 5 seconds left, Demon Yasha is going to put it on target, but Abandoned All Ships does get the save. Does end in the Ronin victory. Not without a little bit of intrigue at the end there for game number 1. Nebulax purple able to get a couple on late, but Ronin 10 shots compared to the 6 that are able to do well on the defensive end, and again taking control of the midfield, jumping on the passing plays from Nebulax and quickly turning it around, knowing that Nebulax are going to be facing backwards when they're rotating back quickly to try to stave off the upcoming Ronin attack. So Nebulax, though, they got a game under their belt. They understand that what's going to be brought to them. Ronin are also going to know what Nebulax brings. So a lot of speed coming in from Ronin. Nebulax, they're playing a little bit deeper, a little bit wider. Do think tighten it up a little bit, but they'll be looking to try to find their way past after they started getting a few goals on late in game number 1. So just finding the ways to make it happen, finding the ways to make it work. And that's all it's about in competitive Rocket League. 1 game down in the best of 5. Ronin with 5-3 victory. They look to head into game number 2. Forgotten Temple awaits. Switch from the far-off farmstead to the far-off temples and see if the dueling dragons are going to make more appearances here in game 2, or if we're going to see a little bit different goal celebrations throughout the game as we look to get ready here and get the players back into the lobby. Look to make sure everything is good. So all right, here we go. So game 1, Ronin win 5-3. Game 2, we're going to look to see if there's going to be a bounce back from Nebulax to equalize the series. or if they're going to be facing the prospect of a reverse sweep to get the win. But after the first kickoff, time will only tell, as it starts with some quick offense from Nebulax. So they're looking to change up the notions of this match fairly early on. So the quick turn on offense. Back wall will deny Phoenix's shot. Still flying upfield. Looking to play a little give and go with Zachi. Abandon all ships, trying to keep it away. Zachi is going to get the pinch. Rewarded for staying up on the play. Trying to keep Ronin back on their back half. The Ronin actually, in the first minute, have slowed it down quite a bit, going for more of a possession-based play style. Abandon all ships, trying to get something going from the side wall. And we switched over to the Rogue decal. Zachi? Gotcha. I'll do what I can. Thank you, Cape. We'll see if Zachi can able to guess. So if you're telling me it's Zakai, you're going to be a liar. But they're looking to try to get their name up on the scoreboard, name in lights. But they are denied. This Phoenix is going to get challenged immediately in the corner. A lot of back and forth Rocket League going on, the full length of the pitch being used. We all paid for the full pitch. We're going to use the full pitch. And unfortunately, could use another run at that if you are a fan of Nebulax. Abandon all ships, putting it down deep. Demon Yasha looking to play it off over into the corner, but just cut a touch too soon. And so it dives back in. So a 1-goal lead for Ronin. Demon Yasha coming in on the cheat. He has a little bit of boost, but he has to pull off after Phoenix gets the save. Yeah. Getting a passing play in front as well. Demon Yasha is going to get the equalizer after the follow-up kickoff. Zachi getting it right past Abandon all ships. Just a nice little give-and-go play coming out of the corner. Demon Yasha in the vicinity to challenge up. One of the staple plays of duos in Rocket League. Using the corner, using that back wall to throw a little bit of a zig into the zag and try to catch the defense off balance. And making sure that your teammate is able to get the read on it. So try to keep that going as this game progresses. Demon Yasha following it up. Phoenix is going to get the boost. Abandon all ships is going to get the powerful clear. We approach halftime of game number 2. Demon Yasha getting challenged by Phoenix. Much more even footing throughout our adventure here in Forbidden Temple. Zachi trying to go for that corner rotation play as well. Gets up with a big save to get it off over to the corner. Collects the full boost. Might be able to have a play here. Abandon all ships. Looking to be a little bit low on the rotation. But could not quite get up to the follow-one. Zachi trying to put it on target near side. Abandon all ships clears. And we'll try to get a follow-up from Ronin. Demon Yasha quick. The Nebulax looking much more sure-footed in game 2. Not rushing their touches, getting where they need to be. Keeping this tied up as we approach the final 90 seconds. Phoenix looking to try to set something up, but before we hit that marker, it gets cleared off instead. So tied we remain. Abandon all ships. Looking to flip some of that medicine back at them with that corner play. Trying to go for the center pass more directly, but Zachi getting the dunk over it, has the beat on the foot race, has the first step, but does not have a teammate. Phoenix the demo onto Demon Yasha, and Zachi is going to have to go for it solo. Buys some time to get the teammate back into the play, but full boost. Scoops and retreats, hoping to get a read off it. Abandon all ships. Challenged. Zachi up, Phoenix up a little bit quicker. Demon Yasha may have it here up on the back wall. Is going to look for the read, look for the bounce. It remains threatening. And Zachi gets the shot on Phoenix with the save. Demon Yasha electing to return to defense. Lest anything go over the top too quickly. 40 seconds left on the clock. Zachi going dangerously on target. Abandon all ships there immediately. The shot does not register. Demonyasha with possession, going for a bit of a delayed flick to try to get it past Phoenix, but Phoenix very quick to the verticality when back on defense. That's going to be a bit of a missed touch. Zachi punishing and getting the 1-goal lead. 22 seconds left. Nebulax purple playing with the swarming offense, looking for an ounce, for an open opportunity. They do find it, but 22 seconds left. We have seen Ronin score off kickoffs already this series. We'll have more than just a kickoff. They got 24 seconds to work with now to a scant 12. It's Phoenix looking for the short angle. Will be cleared out. Zachi is going to put it mid, but this is going to take time off the clock. Phoenix will have to go full length of the pitch, full tank of boost. He does have possession. He's going to have to catch it and keep to the side, but it does drop. Tie series after 2. Nebulax purple regain, slowing the game down significantly as well. I mean, folks, there were 8 total goals scored in game number 1, now just 3 in totality in game 2. And if you're looking to change up the pace, I mean, that's the way to do it. Nebulax pick up the win, and we essentially go to a best of 3 tied up heading into game number 3. So, good bounce back there from Nebulax. Now it will be on the side of Ronin to see, will they be able to get the bounce back? They dominated in game 1. Nebulax able to get a few goals late. We'll see if it is the trend to go back and forth like this. If Ronin looking to get back to their ways, maybe they popped off early. We'll see how stuff adapts, but everybody's ready here in game 3. We're going to find out. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to guess. We can just watch and see what happens, see who comes away and puts themselves on series point after 3 games. It is going to start initially with some offense coming out from Ronin, but a bit of a trade off back and forth. Deluxe Drew with the raid coming on in. How are you doing, Deluxe Drew? Hope your stream was good. Here in game number 3 of this, my apologies, of this tier 6 2v2 matchup. Game 1 going to Ronin by a score of 5-3. Nebulax bouncing back to win 2-1 in game 2. Got a 3-0 win, nice. You're here to see how this one shakes up. Once again, the pace of the match has shifted quite a bit. Game 1, very loose, very fast. Has slowed down since, a little bit more pick and piece. Coming out, different angles of attack, trying to find gaps, blind spots, weaknesses in the defense. They have not been plentiful. They may present themselves more as the game goes on. Zachi will be denied by Phoenix. Should be the first one to it, though. Does try to go for that corner play again. Might have something here. This one will be dangerous. Right above the net. Phoenix in reverse, trying to throw Demonyasha off. It works. Demonyasha does pick up that boost in the corner. Zachi looking to take another crack at it. Phoenix dropping it, potentially inadvertently, but both players for Nebulax up on offense. So they do survive for now with full boost and the ball. Phoenix trying to get it past Demon, but slows it up. Gets the flick. Demonyasha and Phoenix just going at it head to head, trying to get one over the other over in the midfield, and it's going to be Abandon All Ships who gets the final touch and gets the goal to start off scoring here in game number 3. Phoenix off of the back wall, Abandon All Ships following it up, collecting that center pass from the teammate. We'll get Ronin on the board. The hair under 3 minutes left. Abandon All Ships looking to do a little bit more themselves. Phoenix will drop it back over mid to try to get it back over to the teammate, utilizing a lot of the side walls, the play getting higher and higher in the Z-axis as the series progresses. Z of Zachi By keeping it low, can find something to show for it, but low boost will pull off so Demon Yasha can get a shot on it. Phoenix, a heavy touch. Zachi refilling the tank, but drops it down onto Phoenix. And so Ronin are going to stay on the offensive. A pre-jump there by Bandit Ships. Phoenix put this one high, trying to get the defense to jump to get them to double commit, but Zachi may have just landed in the most fortuitous position. And Zachi, I don't know if you planned it or not, pre-flipping out of it. Pretty sure he got bumped too, but a perfect landing and a recovery to get the equalizer here. 2 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Trading blows, both in the midfield and in who scores. Demon Yasha going for the cucks. Does not get the pinch, but he had eyes on it. He wanted it. That's always a good sign when you see somebody playing with the confidence like that. To try to go for something a little bit more fun. But Zachi will try to want that one back. Demon Yasha is going to clean it up. And Nebulax purple taking the lead in the back half of game number 3. Chased down by Demon Yasha. Zachi trying to put it on target, but bouncing up. Demon Yasha says, hey, don't worry, I'm here. I got your back. We're going to go ahead and get this lead, get this cheddar with the kickoff. Abandon all ships. Someone's going to go wide, but dangerous. A hold your breath moment for Nebulax. They do survive for now. They need to get out of their half. Abandon all ships. Looking to say, hey, I know a way out. We can get you to reset on the kickoff, but cannot collect the pass. So it goes back across the midfield line. Zachi tried to get the bump on Phoenix, but finds the ball instead. A worthy trade, in my opinion. Demon Yasha might find a goal, but abandon all ships. Taking up the save, keeping us at a 1-goal game as we go to the final 60 seconds of game number 3. Winner going on to series point. This bounces dangerously in front of the Nebulax goal. It does so once again. Demon Yasha up, the Savior medal. Stepping up big here in game 3. We'll need to get another one. Demon Yasha again gets up. Need to get this clear here. Abandon all ships, popping it up. Zachi going for the aerial. Is going to end up leaving it. Phoenix, this is going to go off to the side. And it is going to be powered through by Abandon all ships to get us back to a tie game. It's Phoenix putting it on. Certainly was hoping it would drop in, but when you got a teammate committed to the cause, says, I got you. I know what's going on. I'm going to get that in the back of the net. So, half a minute to go. The cheat on the kickoff, though. Demon Yasha, can he corral it? It bounces out. And it's up to Zachi to slow it down. Demon Yasha, low boost. Phoenix coming in on the hard charge. Demon Yasha, a quarter tank. Zachi playing to the side. This is going to be touch awkward. Great control, trying to get it up on his hood, trying to get the flick going. As we go to single-digit seconds, Demon Yasha full steam, full demo, looking for another bump. Trying to keep all the defenders out. And Phoenix has 0 boost, but he's still pushing it through. Clock strikes 0. He's alive for a moment, but overtime was in the works. And a big overtime, folks. Again, the winner on to series point. They'll have 1 extra life in their back pocket as the series goes. So in extra time, Demon Yasha looking to try to set something up for Zachi. The offense for Ronin, able to keep it on. Zachi with a great clear there, low boost. This is going to be a bit of a miss there by Phoenix. Zachi, does he have enough in the tank? He gets bumped, plays it through the corner. Abandon all ships, diving out of the way from hard charging Demon Yasha. Goes charging into Phoenix as well as we continue our trek through extra time. Abandon all ships going for the 1v1 on Demon Yasha. Demon to the full boost. Both players on the back wall. Zachi, the defense coming across the net. And very good, especially in this overtime. But does he have a quick enough turn to go on it? This is going to bounce out slightly mid. And will stay in the corner. Demon Yasha diving in. Abandon all ships. This is going to be dangerous for Zachi, but he gets the slowdown. This is going to be on target. Zachi pre-flips into it and saves it into the post. Zachi, I called you out saying earlier there's no way you planned it. That one, I don't know if you planned either, but Phoenix is going to answer it with another save off the crossbar. Woodwork taking a pounding here in overtime. They continue to play, they continue to battle multiple times, or surely this game was thought to be over. Demon Yasha trying to make certain it is. Try to just get a moment to settle the heart rate. They will go back into a defensive stance, abandon all ships. Pop-up dribble met by both defenders. Phoenix pass out to abandon all ships, 0 boost, gets it past both. Zachi is going to get that boost out of the corner. They'll have the boost advantage up on defense. Both teams electing to leave somebody into a more permanent goalie situation. You can see they're starting to play slightly more conservatively. They don't want to overcommit. They don't want to end up losing on just a lob over the top. It may come down to either who gets the lob or who takes the risk, who takes to the skies but gets denied. Abandoned all ships, big defensive stand. And will catch it in front of the net as well, but Zachi to the corner, looking for the follow-up. Phoenix reads it very well. Boost starved, but still does very well with the ball. Demon Yasha wants the double. Phoenix says, no, hey, I found this whole boost pill over in the corner. Got a bunch to work with. Let me show you what I got. I can do a little bit on offense, too. I can send this down. It's going to be on target. It's going to be demoed. Is abandoned all ships going to clear? And it is. Phoenix will be told of the goal from beyond the grave, but ultimately the goal is a goal in over 2.5 minutes of overtime, half of an additional game played. And ultimately the Ronin coming away with a victory in game number 3, moving on to series point. And we'll need to see 2 in a row from Nebulax Purple if they're looking to take the series. And at this point, there's not much else you can say. Both teams picking it up, getting the pace, and playing a lot cleaner. Just couple of opportunities there, but you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda. You just got to regain and go into game number 4. So if you're a Nebulax Purple fan, you're going to be looking to see that win here in game 4 to bring us to potential game number 5. Try to keep that deliberateness going, the clean passes, the clean plays, not panicking. If you're a Ronin fan, you're going to want to see more of a return to game number 1. They came out swinging, came out scoring, and did it in regulation and didn't need an additional half of a game, but wins are wins, and Ronin 1 win away from taking the series here with some Thursday Night Rocket League as we head on over to Rivals Arena, one that we don't see often, but one of my personal favorite maps, to be honest. So, game 4 underway. Ronin looking to end it here. Nebulax Purple trying to push us to a game number 5. All depend on how these next few minutes play out. Started the game defined by some offense from Ronin, but back into the defensive half. It's Nebulax trying to find their angle onto it. Demon Yasha utilizing the corner. Trying to get the pass over. He is going to get the bump. Try to get something amidst the chaos up on offense. It is going to bounce out mid instead, so first minute down, still 0-0. Zachi a power touch downfield. Abandoned all ships deleted. Zachi collecting. Nebulax get themselves on the board. Zachi says, Demon, hey, that was for you, but I like your ideas. Let's go for it. Goals are goals. We're talking the post game of the last series. I'm a big fan, or the first series, I'm a big fan of demos. Big fan of plays like that, and just the awareness to know for it as well. Demon Yasha going for it, but Zachi, whether through comms or chemistry, knowing to follow up on that ball. So they find themselves in the lead, but Ronin back up on offense before it pinches out past midfield. Zachi looking for the wraparound, the rope-a-dope. They try to drop it over for Demon Yasha, but goes wide. Phoenix making sure of it. Abandon all ships. Had a decision to make to come out of net. It did get passed back. Zachi, the Demon Yasha, gets the bump. Gets the ball back over to himself. Might be able to get a follow-up here. Phoenix deep downfield. This is going to be a leak-out play. And it certainly should be a stroll down the park, and it is. Abandon all ships. With the palindrome on the clock, Phoenix getting the first clear, abandon all ships. Further downfield, calls off his teammate and says, don't worry. We got ourselves on. So back to a tie game we go. But what else do you expect the way that this series has gone than an equalizer shortly after the first goal? Abandon all ships wants more than just an equalizer. They want the lead. Phoenix will stay up as well. So Nebulax purple showing that defense standing strong. Had an opportunity there. Zachi still on it, not giving up on the play. One that he might want back, especially pending how this game goes. A double commit, but pinches out in favor of Nebulax. The foot races are starting to go out. I hope they have the cardio, and Demon Yasha says, I do need the breather anyways. Is the defense rotating back into position? Take a double check at it, just a touch out in front of the net, so when turning to make the play, the vectors were wrong. Nebulax purple retake the lead. Would not be surprised to see Ronin strike again quickly. The way that they've been playing throughout this series, do not anticipate much getting them down or in their head by any means. That said, if you're Nebulax, you're gonna like it. You're gonna want to take advantage of it. Keep twisting the screws. You work to get it out of your half. Work to get a couple more goals on here. A little bit more breathing room. Look to get it upfield. The pass from Zachi to Demon Yasha. But Zachi again collecting abandon all ships in reverse. Keeps it out of the net. Demon Yasha taking another angle at it. Phoenix with the softest of doinks. We'll keep this out, but it's still in harm's way. Demon Yasha finding that pill along the side, but Phoenix scooping in underneath. Demon Yasha looping it out. Zachi. The shot goes on. We are going to see a respawning Demon Yasha. He's got a third of a tank of boost. He's going to not be able to get back. He had to roll the dice on if you go early on it or you go back. The demo setting up the play. Abandon all ships. Dropping it down. So with 80 seconds left. Ronin. They get the lead. They're going to be looking at taking the series, and off the kickoff, abandon all ships. Picking up the hat trick just to pop up to an air dribble. And it is going to stay just low enough that the crossbar does not come into play. This will be a big test here for Nebulax. They got 74 seconds to work with to show that they can get one, get two. And Phoenix will take a little bit of a slower route to it. Still gets the save, but a quick turnaround by Nebula. Phoenix is going to put this one deep. That's on target. Zachi has to get back and be careful. He puts it to the corner. And it is going to get popped back, but abandon all ships denied. Zachi not credited with the save. A little bit rigged, but they still need to get back here into position. Demon Yasha clearing it out. Phoenix trying to get it past the attacking Zachi, but abandon all ships is going to take a turn at it. Demon Yasha out of the corner. Trading blows, 30 seconds left. Abandon all ships up. He's trying to find the top corner, and he finds it. And he finds a 2-goal lead for Ronin with 32 seconds left. Finding top bins. And Zachi guarding the lower corner. The placement there, 32 seconds left. Nebulax need to. Ronin just need to hold on. Zachi getting the pre-jump. He's going to get it again over abandon all ships. This will drop low, both up. But an awkward bounce out. Zachi trying to go for that near post shot. And follow up by Zachi again. Demon Yasha, the doink by Phoenix is going to clear it out. And if there was going to be a time, it was likely that Demon Yasha still takes Phoenix off the pitch. They'll be up for the next one. They might find one here, but time coming off the clock. Zachi backflip, but it hits the post and stays out. Ending with a 4-2 victory by Ronin in game number 4. coming right down to the wire, tied late in the game, ultimately able to pull away with a couple of goals, and ultimately able to come away with the series. Congrats and GG's to Ronin for picking it up. Very hard fought one. Kate Vape, would love to see your support in there for Nebulax Purple as well. It was very hard fought. One of those things where I've said it a few times, but I legitimately mean it. A lot of good things throughout that series, and things you can hang your hat on for Nebulax. A lot of good team plays coming through it. It's just getting that little bit of connection, that little bit of consistency. That's what we're all playing for, right? As we're trying to climb through the ranks and climb through and get our own victories in whatever leagues we're playing. Hopefully it's a Rocket League in LOS Champs. So look to see if we are going to go, and we are going to call it there. Unfortunately, not going to have an interview for the end of it. Did have something pop up, so we're going to have to end the stream a little bit early. Apologies for that. But that said, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for the patience throughout the evening as we're getting stuff going, and thank you for coming here to the league, the LOS Champs channel, to enjoy some good old-fashioned Rocket League. Much love. This has been Alligator Source here in the booth. Cookies, y'all know them. We all mostly love them. Pressing the buttons in the back and making all of this happen does a ton of work. Production never gets enough credit for doing these kind of things. So, but it's been my pleasure. Been Alligator Source. You can find me in other places. There's somebody else with Alligator Source online, but you can recognize me. The other two are all not me. So, but much love. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, a great weekend. Hope summer's been going well. Looking forward to seeing you next time here at the LOS Champs.